If I were to tell you to define what the worst version of Minecraft is, what would you say? Today I played the worst version of Minecraft to see if it's really as bad as everyone claims. What I discovered by the end of this experiment was surprisingly, well, we'll get to that. The other day I caught myself wondering, what is truly the worst version? So I dove into the depths of the community, reading old forums, subreddits, both old and new, and one thing became crystal clear. Minecraft Beta 1.8. You thought I was gonna say 1.7.3, didn't you, Golden Age subreddit? Anyway, curiosity won, and I had to know, what actually made Beta 1.8 so infamous? In a bad way and good. Because to be honest, a lot of people said it was extremely divisive, but what if it was simply just different? Naturally, I had to jump in for myself to see how bad it really was, or wasn't. My first impression of Beta 1.8 was a little underwhelming. The world generated and nothing immediately blew me away. True, generation did change a little bit, less chaotic than older betas, more structured, well, kind of. Like Minecraft was trying on a new identity. It was oddly familiar, but still felt like it needed a lot of improvement. And if you were to play any version that preceded this, then the terrain might have caught you off guard a little bit. So anyway, I gathered my wood, created my tools, and then set out to showcase the first reason many players dislike this update. As strange as it sounds, it's the hunger bar. To other players, this was the moment Minecraft lost a bit of its simplicity. Instead of just eating for fun, eating became a requirement, a meter to babysit. It was kind of like a mechanic and that some felt chipped away at the charm of classic survival. So to understand the frustration, I made a deal with myself. No eating, not until the hunger bar hit 0. And I meant it. So I chopped oak by day, I hid inside trees by night, and slowly, painfully, those little drumsticks faded away. And then it hit me. It wasn't just the hunger bar itself. It was the fact that food no longer instantly healed you. No more emergency pork chop slams to survive a fight. You had to eat just to regenerate. And honestly, I kind of get it. Even today, I could probably live without the hunger system. It's not deal-breaking, but I see why people hate it. On to reason number 2 players dislike Beta 1.8. For this one, I needed to head underground. Into the caves we go. The cave generation has changed drastically since Beta 1.8. Let's focus on what was new here. According to my research, Beta 1.8 introduced 2 major underground structures. I may be wrong on this, so I'm hoping you guys can correct me in the comment section. But that was mine shafts and ravines. And while strongholds technically existed, I believe, I wasn't about to go look for one. While I wandered beneath the surface gathering resources, I made it my mission to check both structures off the list. And to my surprise, 5 minutes in, mine shaft. I couldn't even believe my luck. The lighting in these caves was horrendous. By the way, practically unplayable without torches. Though, to be fair, may have just been my brightness settings. Hard to tell. I explored deeper, and I looted a chest with the most aggressively average loot I've ever seen. But I kept going, and I found a cozy little pocket deep in the caves. Diamonds, sparkling, progress made, and then ravine. Naturally, I jumped in like a genius, and standing inside it, I realized something. Ravines never really got the love they deserved. Sure, building in them would be tedious, vertical scaffolding, tool durability, crying for help, but imagine a civilization carved into these walls. It's kind of brilliant, really. Speaking of durability, I crafted a bow, a necessary step, because another thing players weren't too fond of in Beta 1.8 was the shift in combat pacing. Before this update, archery was simple. Shoot as fast as your fingers could click, no drawback, no charge mechanic, just pure, unfiltered, arrow spamming chaos. I mean, like, pure violence at its finest. But in this version, yeah, no. Suddenly you had to charge your shots. Aim, breathe, focus, make it count. It was slower, more tactical, and for many players, that did not equal fun. And then there's the UI change. The armor bar moved. Instead of sitting alongside your health like it used to, it was pushed underneath, making room for your brand new friend, the hunger bar. Yeah, kinda unnecessary, right? But here's why this matters. Hunger didn't just change survival, It changed combat. Back when health and food were one system, damage didn't feel like a big deal. You just nommed some pork and your hearts bounced back, no problem. But now, hunger regulates healing. If you were starving, you aren't regenerating anything, no matter how shiny your armor is. Suddenly, your fights required pacing, planning, patience. With the new bow mechanics and regeneration tied to hunger, rushing into battle became punishable. PvE, PvP, it all slowed down. Damage actually mattered, which was a shock for players used to tanking hits and healing instantly. And just when you thought combat couldn't get more complicated, I hunted Enderman. Yep, brand new mob with this update. Tall, spooky, block-stealing gremlins with teleportation rights. Lucky. If you weren't well fed and well prepared, they could tear you apart. I mean, just look up compilations of big YouTubers seeing them for the first time. It's pretty creepy. At this point, I figured my early game research was just about wrapped up. And yeah, I didn't tap into everything. But to close it out properly, I built something sacred, something timeless, a dirt hut. A tribute to the pioneers who punched trees and placed dirt long before we spawned in. A monument to our gaming ancestors. From there, it was simple. Just a quick 4, maybe 5 in-game days of landscaping, terraforming, fencing, lighting, tiny details, a few finishing touches, and like that, it was done. This version wasn't what players expected back then. To many, Beta 1.8 felt like Minecraft taking one wrong step off a cliff and tumbling into the unknown. Some people hated it, but some people actually see this as the beginning of, well, just the beginning. And honestly, I get it. Sometimes it feels like modern Minecraft moves sideways more than forward, but I'll save that rant for another time. Beta 1.8 wasn't as clean or charming as the versions that came before it, but even so, it still holds up surprisingly well, despite what the diehard 1.7.3 crowd may want you to believe. Not all of them, of course. Still, if you're still watching this, I hope you'll consider loading it up yourself. Explore it, feel the rough edges, experience the early form of systems we take for granted today. I had a great time running this little experiment, and next time, I'll talk about the version many claim to be the best Minecraft ever had. You can probably guess which one. Until then, I'm Cisco, and this was the worst version of Minecraft. Allegedly. I'll see you next time. Bye.